If you've been looking for love in all the wrong places, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you 11 principles that will help you find true love within. Let's go! Hi everyone. My name is Dr. Harmony. I'm a twin flame ascension expert helping twin flames, starseeds, and light workers around the globe to unlock their hidden potential and to align with their greatest destiny in life, love, and livelihood. Today, I want to share with you 11 principles to help you come into alignment with yourself so that you can align with true love. And how appropriate with Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, actually. So happy Valentine's Day to you. And I, in this process, just want to kind of give you the overview of this particular video that is in a series of videos that I'm doing with the Twin Flame Ascension Redefined series. I've talked to you about what Twin Flame Ascension means, how it takes your twin flame to assist you. I've talked to you in prior videos in the series as far as what that 4 phases of the ascension is, as well as the 11 steps to the pathway of the ascension pathway to achieve freedom and shifting from the fear to the freedom. And I'm always talking to you about finding that love from within and around us. And today I want to talk to you about how to come into alignment with yourself in these 11 principles that can help you to find that alignment within, to connect with the true love within, so that you can then hit your highest focal point of attraction towards the highest version of love that you came here to experience. And so in that, let's just talk about what the alignment itself means just for a minute before I share with you those 11 principles. So alignment with yourself means that you're coming into this balance, you're coming into a wholeness, you're coming into the best version of you, and you're aligning with really your truth and your power. But most importantly, that in full alignment here, the goal is that your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, and then your reality all come into alignment with your frequency, your vibration, and highest version of that truth. So, when we can do this and go through this process, we have to remember that it took the twin flame and the twin flame journey to create the shattered heart, to purge all of the pieces that no longer serve its purpose, to clear that out of our way, to create the clarity, so that in that higher perspective, we then can see things from the highest view of our destiny, and then our focal point of our awareness becomes higher, and it raises the vibration of who we are in our inner soul frequency. And to remember that this whole journey with your twin flame in this process that is really became your ascension partner here. And you could have multiple partners in this too. That can make it really confusing. And I'll be talking more about that in an upcoming video as redefining these partners, these ascension partners that are helping you find this alignment within. But it's helping you to put and dump all the past out, to put the pieces back together in such a way that you learn that self-love and that you find the personal freedom, the empowerment to heal all of that abandonment, the betrayal, the rejection, and all the wounds of your past for eternity. And then this enables you to set loving boundaries and to be able to speak your truth in such a way that you're able to express who you are, what you want in this new identity, in this new frequency. And then you, along the way with this ascension partner, basically, and hitting the same frequency, you're sharing the same chakra system, the 12 chakra system of the 12 chakras. And I've talked about this in prior videos, so I'm not going to exactly explain this here. I also talk about this in my book, Twin Flame Codebreaker. You can see a link below that goes into a lot of detail about this if you want to really learn a lot more. And I have future stuff coming. But you share this chakra system, and the energetic connection of these people are either triggering you to find you, or with your twin in that frequency that is the ascension person that really triggered you to go on your path. Basically, inside of that chakra system, you find them within you. They are the reflection of you. They're the reflection of your inner soul. They become the mirror reflection of everything inside of you, that everything that happens that they reflect to you, that they do, and they trigger you, and they come in such an place of being opposite polarities, and the opposite polarity between you and them creates this inner purge that creates a unification and a harmonization that's pulling you magnetically into alignment and bringing balance that I'm talking about between you and them. So you really find them inside of you, which is how there is this topic of no separation, because in that communication of the energy that's constantly keeping your souls evolving and communicating from the higher self and the higher soul to react and act out these scenarios to trigger you, is constantly in communication through this system, this template that's inside of you. So anyway, the goal again is just to really, if you're coming into alignment, to find this as alignment with your heart and to find balance with the best version of you, the highest version of you, from a place of love and fulfillment, so that you can go forward in a place of experiencing relationships, the highest form of a relationship. And that's what we as the collective did in that bigger mission, was breaking down the templates and how we connect in our relationships so we can have more loving relationships and stop attracting the people and the partners that are triggering all these wounds that we've had of our past, and especially our childhood. So let's jump into those 11 principles that I want to share with you to help you find that alignment with your inner self, to find that true love within. So the first thing you have to do in order to experience true love within is you have to surrender to the journey to the heart. You have to stop fighting this process that's directing you inward. So many people are not able to stop and be present, stop to listen, stop to feel. They're trying to run, period. And that's where this whole runner-chaser dynamic is literally running from the self. It's only the mirrored reflection creating that resistance within that's causing us to not want to see what the other person is teaching us. So we need to surrender to this journey, and a surrendering process of letting go of the inner battle between our head and our heart, between the inner battle between our right brain and our left brain from reason and knowing. We have to come into a place of trusting, allowing, opening ourselves up, and letting down the walls of protection that we've built up from all of the pain. We got to release that story that we're holding on to, that's saying, that these things are reoccurring now, to basically, like when I say that things are reoccurring, that it's triggering us in a way that is bringing up the past, but more so in a way that if we can change our perception and realize things are reoccurring just to implement the new way, it's the only reason at this point it's still happening. And you're still stuck in the story of what has happened, that you need to surrender to this journey in a way that you allow yourself to feel it. You see the gift in that pain, and you stop blaming outside of you, and you take responsibility for your own journey and your own ability to come into this place of belief and faith that you will find love again. But you will only find the love again when you find it within. And to affirm that within your heart and believe in the idea that not only are you wanting to love, but you're willing to be loved and allow that love to come into your life. And this is all happening in this expansion of this heart that's creating all this pain, which is for the purpose of it, is creating an expanded heart so that we can know the depths of great love, that we can understand the higher self-love, the unconditional love that's in the new templates. And it takes the shattered heart in this process to activate the higher self and those higher 5 chakras of the 12 chakra system to be able to open up the higher heart in order for the heart to become the seat of the soul and for us to kick into the compassion side of love, which is the greatest form of love, is having appreciation and compassion coming from the concept and the idea that you give that other person the freedom to be who they are, and then you take back your power and stop giving your power away, that it's going to take them to fill your void before you can find happiness. So the second principle is that you chose this assignment and that you contracted this with not only your twin flame, but other ascension partners of mirrored reflections for you to go on a fast track of ascension to align with your highest truth, your highest self, and your highest destiny. And so because you contracted for that, it's your choice and the free will of that, how you choose to go about your journey. Meaning, like, this journey is going to evolve, and at the end of the journey, you're going to find this highest version of you, align with it, connect to that identity, complete the restoration of your heart. Because not only did you, like, come here to break down the old template of the old types of relationships, but you came here to learn how to experience the greatest amount of love that you could. So you have to trust that that's coming, or that therefore the better way to put that is trust that it is, because there is no separation in that from anyone around you. The only separation is that love from within you. And when you come out of alignment with your truth and you come out of alignment with what it is you love to do, and you start setting yourself up for doubts and you don't take action, and your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and then your actions are not coming into the same alignment of your truth or your soul's journey of what it's signed up to experience, then it's pulling you out of alignment that will then continue to trigger and bring in partners and experiences and pain and the repetition until you let go of all of that and choose to see the path that's directing you to the highest good. So in this case, we're talking here about you aligning with your heart and aligning with love, and that you chose the assignment to break down and let go of the pain so that you can find the gift in it and that you can experience love with someone. So all you have to do really is come into this concept and the idea, and I talked to number one, is surrender to the idea that it exists and that you can have it and that it's not separate from you. And that today you can experience harmonic love in its highest and freest form in, through, and around you by healing and restoring the heart to be able to energetically feel peace and a sense of joy and happiness. And if you are not feeling that, it's because you're out of alignment with your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and then your reality is also out of alignment with those, because you become in alignment with the vibration of those frequencies of love, of divine love, of the idea that you can have it, and then it raises the frequency of you that will raise the frequency of everything coming in and around you, and that you're magnetized. So the third thing that you need to do is remember your identity, which means that you're remembering your truth. That means you're unlocking that hidden potential, and that you're connecting and aligning with the soul wisdom that's inside of you, that where you get weary and you get tired and this journey can be gruesome and hard and set you up for those negative thoughts and lower vibrational frequencies that pulls you out of alignment, You have everything inside of you. You have the innate intelligence in you to do this journey. You just have to dig really deep. You have to stop and go within, taking and owning that from a place that you're willing to explore in your inner self of who you are, that you can create the awarenesses that are going to give you the higher clarity, that are going to direct you towards the correct direction that's going to take you to the highest good. And what happens is, as a human, we tend to look outside of ourselves, as I mentioned, for all of the love in this case, but anything, the fulfillment of a desire that's missing. It doesn't matter if it's money, it doesn't matter if it's a person, it doesn't matter what it is. But if you're looking at outside of you and out of your ability to create that or to co-create that, or to experience it, or to limit it through the limiting belief systems that we've taken on from other people. And then we end up putting up that wall, which really just closes off the idea of our receptivity of that. We have to remember when these things show up, sometimes from the free will of that, we get to choose. And on the other times, what can happen on the flip side of that coin is we might be getting out of alignment. And our higher soul knows this, so we've set it up and pre-constructed it in such a way that doors start closing or we get redirected, and then we fight that. We fight the redirecting process because it takes us out of control, because we're not in control of how we're going to maneuver and manipulate through this experience or situation. And we have to, again, gain that trust to allow us to go through this from a place of that. But if you can remember that you have inside of you what you need to get through this journey, it will help you to surrender some of the walls. It will help you to gain the inner strength within. It will help you to believe that you can experience and have what it is you came here, and to remember that nothing is impossible because you have that innate intelligence in you. It's giving you the opportunity to, align with this sense of freedom that allows the heart to be free, so then you can explore the freedom without all the limitations of what's blocking your heart from its ability to experience all the things that it desires. So the fourth principle is getting into the ebb and flow of the vortex that transpires within, through, and around you as you come into the soul merger within yourself of the balance and the harmony of your energy. And that then helps bring you into alignment with your truth and take back your power, where you're able to express who you are on all levels without the fears and the doubts and the stories. And you create this merger energetically with you and your higher soul and your template, which you start to realize that you are and are becoming the source. You are and becoming the creator. So you're merging with the inner soul self that merges you with your soul's template, that then also in the reflection of that has taken the merger of the energy with your energetic partner, your twin flame, your ascension partner, to where in that it is creating such a bond between you and everything that nothing becomes separate, because everything exists in you. So when you see like this communication going on with your twin flame, and you're seeing it from the higher self, and you're getting, the songs and the messages and like all these things that are coming through, that is not just them sending you the signal, it's you seeing the reflection of what it is within this merger within yourself, so that at the end of the day, you will find your twin flame inside of you, because they become, or you become, what it is you are seeing in them through the reflection of what you're working on in your inner soul. And so the key then is to let go of the resistance that they are outside of you and that they are separate from you, because you are them and they are you, and you are becoming them and they are becoming you within you. And this helps you through that process come into the restoration of the healed heart. And it helps you to experience the depths of these divine love and to realize, and I can't tell you how many people I work with over and over and over and over that go through this. It's just say they may not be in physical union or reunion here, but they know that they have merged at this point. And the merger came from everything within. That also says that you have set them free in the physical realm, which sets you free in the physical realm to experience the idea that this exists and that you can then attract towards you that which you are, because you're finding the love for them and the gift in it and the gratitude in this journey. That if you don't find the gift and you aren't putting the pain into purpose and you're not experiencing the gratitude out of it, you cannot have what it is you're desiring, and you're only pushing it away because you're still seeing it outside of you. And so you have to merge this inner polarity within yourself through their reflection so that you can find it all within yourself. And for the divine masculine as a collective, one of the biggest things is self-worth, and they don't feel worthy of love. So if your divine masculine is not feeling worthy of love, you're not feeling worthy of love within with your own inner masculine. And so you need to come into a place of being and allowing and feeling worthy of receiving that love. So then you can align with that within and come into that balance and stay grounded inside in order to not only give love, but receive it. So the sixth principle of this finding love within is coming into this balance within your feminine energy, coming into a place of healing that and coming in alignment with the ability to be vulnerable, open, raw, real, be seen, be able to express yourself, to be able to stop hiding who you are, and to do this from a place of grace and love and creation, and from the heart standpoint of being able to receive the love as a feminine counterpart, because we tend to put up all these walls in our inner masculine when it comes to the feminine. And then we don't allow a masculine partner to come in and be the masculine, as I said even before. So your inner feminine has to be able to creatively express from a sensual place of femininity that we are restoring through this entire ascension process. We're restoring the inner feminine Christ within that is so much of a fluid embodiment of this goddess flow, where we are standing in this truth and this place of the wisdom that allows us to embody those feminine qualities that have been destroyed through the ancient patriarchs and the hierarchies and the structures of the masculine destruction that has taken place for many thousands of years. So we're into the femininity side. So this is so powerful to heal within, to create from within, to express from within, and then to allow yourself to open up to receiving what it is. And then to do that, tapping into these feminine qualities is going to help you connect to that feminine power that I'm talking about so that you can use that to create with. But it's also going to help you learn to stop being the people pleaser, to you love you. You put yourself first. You become the priority, and everything around you will align to that, including your divine counterpart that you are needing to create this space for through this feminine space. You have to become into the feminine space and sort of like release that wounded warrior inside to create the space for that divine masculine to come in and to do the support I was talking about, which then makes you feel loved and beautiful and like the goddess that you really are. And this doesn't matter gender or not, because I work with a lot of divine masculine that come in with these wounded feminine internalization of the expressive side. They've been emotionally emasculated, and men don't know how to express themselves with their emotional range and their emotional status, as women don't either, really. So this whole journey of this femininity is about coming into a place of emotional expansion of the emotional range to be able to hold the capacity of all that great love that I'm talking about. And then to use that great love from a place of fulfillment from within and wholeness within to then create and express and to share and explore all of these sensual qualities that we came here to bring into the new earth of the feminine counterparts, coming into a place of this feminine expression of the collective being able to create, because as the feminine side, we're giving birth to a new way. And so therefore the feminine side really needs to heal here so we can give birth to this whole concept of this process of divine love to begin with. So the seventh principle is there is no separation between you and anything. In this case, we're talking about finding the love within, which means to bring that into reality is finding love with another and everyone around you, what you do, your purpose, your mission, anything that's going to give you the fulfillment to connect with and to put you in alignment with that soul's wisdom that you came here to experience, do, be, and have. And so to heal that separation, one of the best ways to do that is to learn to evaluate your ability to be the co-creator in this process and to take ownership of that. And to realize when you see what's going on around you that you don't like, or you see what's going on around you that you don't have, that you want, or with your twin flame, you're experiencing the silence to where you're not getting the responses that you would desire. What you have to do is look at all of that and take ownership of that and realize that you created all that from the inner chaos, the inner silence, the inner chaos, like interference in your frequency to be able to connect to the highest truth or the highest focal point of your own ability to attract towards you who you are in that wisdom. So removing interference by being super clear on what it is you desire will help you keep the direction going that you need to steer you towards the idea that your thoughts create the feelings, and the feelings are the emotions, and the emotions are the attractors of what's showing up. So if you aren't, what you have or want is not showing up, then you need to redirect those thoughts and the feelings to create new emotions, to, like, from an emotional standpoint, set yourself up to not feel the separation, to be able to come into a place of feeling everything is already where it needs to be, feeling fulfilled, feeling complete, feeling whole, feeling restored. So that means you need to think positive thoughts that are going to move you in that direction. You need to, the moment you're coming out of alignment with this is when you start to feel things not feeling good, not feeling at peace, feeling resistance. And when you start to feel that resistance, that's the point to stop for a moment and to take a step back and be like, where is this coming from? And how can I redirect that in order to recreate this thought, this inner feeling, this inner emotion that's going to then signal out the vibration of my soul to attract what I need, and that to be able for me to redirect. So what shows up is really just the redirection back to you, so that you can find you and find that within you. That's the whole point of the no separation, is finding everything in you and being redirected back to you. So the eighth principle is to make a conscious choice to choose flow. Where the attention goes, the energy flows, whether that's good or bad, which means any of the struggle that we have comes from our own inner resistance, the resistance of the heart from allowing ourselves to love or be loved, the direction that we're taking that might lead us into a place of chaos or fear. And if we are moving in that path of least resistance, basically, being that we stay open and unattached. So open to the flow of the process and allowing things to unfold and letting go of outcomes. So many people hang on so much to the outcome, including this twin flame journey and the twin flame outcome of that one and only person that is basically creating a restriction within your flow that's blocking you from receiving and having what it is you want potentially, and it's creating this separation that we talked about. And so when you remove the concept and the idea of a face or a specific person, and that you're narrowing down your bullseye, you're letting go and you're surrendering to trust the process and holding the space for your highest good or your highest truth, and knowing that if that is your twin flame or whoever that is to be or become, that you trust that they're going to match and meet all of your highest good. Because when it comes to even that, and we have all of these partners kind of show up, this ascension process is an evolution of climbing the ladder, so to speak. And as we go up each time and we become a little bit higher frequency, the person that we may have been in connected with may not be able to be that opposite polarity we need to reflect and shine anymore on what it is we need. Or that's how we could end up in two people coming from opposite spectrums of being in a trinity, where one hits one side of it for you, one hits the other side, because we have to know both sides of this coin and to know that we need to choose the ease and grace from the direction, but there is no right or wrong in our direction, that we need both experiences, even from potentially two different people coming from the opposite sides of the coin, to point us back inward to us to get balance, to bring balance to both sides of the lesson that we came here to experience. So regardless of, what is really happening within your life, when you can surrender to this path and choose ease and grace and to go with the flow of what's coming in, through, and around you, and especially for returning to love, then that's going to bring you more of it, and it's going to stop constricting your ability to receive. So the ninth principle of finding love within is coming into the unification within your own soul, your own body, and actually arriving to what I've been saying, in this alignment of thoughts, feelings, the actions, all coming into alignment, moving in the same direction, and you don't have as much inner resistance. It does not mean that you won't have some resistance that comes up, but you begin to see it quicker. You begin to go through the process of getting what it is that you need to learn from the specific lesson faster, and then moving towards the direction of what's going to serve your highest good or your highest truth, because you're starting to come into this really owning that truth of why you came here, what it is you came here to do, getting more into a purposeful, fulfilled heart, and things are starting to feel much more at peace, much more in balance. And you really know when you've come into this alignment of this unification, which I also call getting in the vortex of our destiny, because you start getting in the stream of love and this liquid love in such a way that your co-creation and your manifesting and your ability to align with abundance in your external reality starts to come into alignment. And as that starts to come into alignment, you're starting to see reap the rewards of your labor. You have been building this root system all of this time to do all of this work and go through all of this purification to become that lotus flower now that takes forever for those roots to build. And now you're blossoming and you're coming full bloom, and you are starting to trust this. You're believing this. You're moving away from your doubts and your fears and limitations, and you're starting to make all of your actions move in the direction of what it is your heart is telling you you should be doing, or, which is your soul, the same thing. So then you start in your actions become more intentional, they become more direct, and you move away from the resistance and hesitation that's creating even more separation, and your creative abilities become stronger, and you're able to manifest and create everything around you to start matching this internal vibration, showing you that you are coming into alignment with the abundance that you desire. And the 10th principle is harmonization. And that is where things start to stabilize. So I'm always talking to you about everything is a reflection of you around you. So if you don't like what you're seeing around you, now it's the inner choice of what you need to make to be able to change that, to go through all these other principles I've talking about. That's like also an inner pathway to the heart that I talked about. So now you're coming into alignment with the heart, and the things within, through, and around you, that abundance of love, money, relationship, all those things are then magnetically coming into harmony outside of you. I talked a little bit about this one in the last one of the unification, but the thing about this process is this is not a linear process. This is multidimensional, and multiple planes and dimensions and parallel realities are happening all at the same time. And so what the point of the harmonization is that we move and shift away from our doubts, but we move into more of a discernment, in a sense that we start to see things showing up representing greatness and experiencing the love and the purpose and the fulfillment, but then taking a look in that discernment of, okay, this is good, but is it great? Does it represent my highest version of me? Does it represent the highest point of attraction of my highest truth and my highest destiny, my highest timeline? That at this given moment, I can choose to stay here and feel through it and stay open and unattached and go with the flow of that and allow things to continue to magnetically come to me. And in doing that, then, does it represent what's going to be the highest version of me? And what happens when you get into this place, it's like you are in that vortex and everything's bombarding you all at the same time. One, from like every test you've been presented with this whole journey, like they all come as to the master exam, to where you see them all at the same time and everything comes to a head. And it get what it is I say it as a test, but I really want to remove that word, because we're trying to eliminate the concept and the idea we have to have another lesson. But it's really about putting into play all we've learned and resetting the template then to know that our abilities and our thoughts, feelings, and actions, our words, and everything that we implement is coming into place from that it's the new way that we are creating the new habit, that we're implementing the habit. And that takes practice. I was talking to a client the other day that, as a chiropractor or any physician, you come out of school and it's called practice. It takes a while to own that, to know that you can trust what you're doing is truth. And that's why you have to stay open and attached to this, because at any given moment, that can redirect you in this ebb and flow of which direction. And then you're going to remember, as I already said, in that path of that direction, to know it doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on. In this, both sides, they're both perfect. And in this harmony, you're finding the flow of the harmony in a consistent manner that's keeping you moving. And the minute the energy hits the resistance, it blocks all of this. You're feeling that inner movement out of alignment, and you're harmonizing back, and you're restoring back to align with the highest truth, the highest version of you, the highest timeline. And that redirects you to then make choices and actions that are to maybe do away with something or end a situation with someone that is great, but they're not representing the highest version of you. And therefore you get the choice to stay in that level and continue to go through it and repeat some patterns until you let it go and redirect and go on up to the next level. And the 11th principle is experiencing a restored heart. This is the heart freedom. This is a healed heart. This is self-love. This is the ability to feel that complete wholeness within that helps you come into a sense of purpose, a sense of clarity, a sense of alignment with knowing. Like, it's your knowing that is you, without a doubt, you know you're on the right path. You know that you came here for a mission. You know that you have basically transformed through this process. You can, from this healed and free heart, then send love to your twin flame and all your ascension partners for the gift and the journey. And you can begin to find, and not really just find, but own the gratitude for that gift. And then the more you come into this state of grace and the gratitude and a place of feeling complete and whole and fulfilled, the more it creates more of what you want in this journey, because as we've said, nothing's separate, because it is, and you're living it out, and your reality is matching your inner vibration, and you have harmonized the inside out approach of harmony, and you have, that's proving that you've restored the heart and you're living free, you're loving free, and you're living fearless, and you're living as if you have love, because you are in the stream of consciousness, which is your highest truth, your highest version of you, your highest destiny, and you're living out your dream. Now, will you be in this place 100% every day for the rest of your life? No, you're human. But the key about this alignment in the heart is that you will now have the resources, the tools, and the ability to go through this process and to feel yourself when you're pulled out of alignment. The minute you feel pulled out of alignment from this sense of peace and freedom and love within, then you know how to go through all these steps and principles again, to go through the process to surrendering, to stop resisting, to allowing, to go with the flow, to be able to redirect your thoughts, to come into a place of making sure that your actions are aligning with your thoughts, feelings, and your emotions, so that you stop pulling yourself out of alignment and you get back on track. And, I always say, anytime you can be on track with something 80% of the time and stay somewhat consistent, that's the place to be. And if you are in a place right now that is in a situation that is not of your highest good, and you're being asked to redirect through this process of the journey to the heart that we're talking about here and finding this freedom, your choice is, and the free will of this, as I said, is how fast you choose to make the action, take the action that you're being pointed in the direction to finding the inner stillness, the inner peace, the inner freedom, and aligning with the journey to the heart, and being able to live a heart, with a free heart that's open, willing, and ready to now express and experience that love with another person, because you created that ultimate relationship with yourself. And now you can co-create that with someone from a place of stability and a place of alignment, that now you have to know you will attract the person that will then align with you, because you have set yourself up to be attracting everything along that journey up to your highest level. I've been through this so many times, and I see all of these teachers coming in, and they're all a reflection of me. And each time they become more of a reflection of all of me, because each time I discover another part of me. And then I can see that what's showing up in my life is a reflection of me. And it's just such a beautiful experience when you can see it that way. So again, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much. And may you always face your fears and find freedom. Make sure to check out all the ways you can glow forward with me. Also check out the guided meditation that I did for heart restoration like a few days ago. I'm going to put a link. If you haven't done it, that would be a great time this holiday season of Valentine's Day. And if you're out there and you're feeling alone in this journey because it is Valentine's Day and you're not experiencing love, I always tell my clients to create a date with yourself, and to, if you want this from someone else, you need to go buy yourself chocolate or flowers or do something so it's not separate from you. Make your actions match your desires. Okay? Loads of love. I'll see you next time. Namaste.